Hello, my name is Cindy Parr and I'm producing today's showcase. Today we are celebrating the return of live indoor theater performances this fall throughout the Pikes Peak region. I haven't been to a show in so long, I've forgotten how to dress for it, so I figured I'd better start practicing today. If you didn't know already, October is Arts Month. Arts Month is our chance to celebrate all of the arts, and we are so excited to kick off Theater and Film Week starting today with a special virtual theater showcase of 8 local theaters through a partnership with the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak region. As you know, theater is dependent on live audiences, and this pandemic has taken a huge toll on our live performance community, with theaters forced to cancel shows and entire seasons, leaving many furloughed or out of work. And yet, our local theater community has demonstrated their creativity and resilience by adapting to new challenges. Every theater company in this showcase has continued to tell stories in new ways by offering radio-style podcasts, live stream shows on Zoom and YouTube, outdoor plays along trails, alleys, parking lots, and streets. And this year, we saw the start of theaters reopening with live audiences again, both with outdoor and indoor stages. Today, we are excited to bring you a sample of all of the projects that these theaters are working on. And you can check out more information on their full performances at their websites at artsoctober.com and at peakradar.com. Our shows today are free, but please consider donating to local theaters to help with the effort to keep our doors open. And go buy tickets to see these shows live or virtually. Thank you for watching. Theaters need an audience, and we value and appreciate you for being here. Up first, Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center at Colorado College presents Guadalupe in the Guest Room by Tony Menezes, starring Elise Santora, Colton Pratt, Miguel Nunez, Lily Hokoma, and directed by James Bruinger Areguin. Guadalupe is living with her son-in-law Steve's guest room while she works to translate the children's books that her deceased daughter has written. Overcome with grief and separated by a language barrier, the unlikely housemates struggle to communicate until brought together by the power of telenovelas. Guadalupe in the Guest Room is a funny and heartfelt celebration of new beginnings, breaking barriers, and a realization that understanding doesn't always require speaking the same language. Don't miss the chance to see the FAC's return to live indoor theater performances and see Guadalupe in the Guest Room now through October 24th. Check out their full season and all of the exciting programming at fac.coloradocollege.edu.
This is where we fell in love.
I was just writing your name in the sand.
Be careful. Soon the tide will rise and wash it away. Might even wash you away.
I'll take my chances.
Oh, you always have.
I thought you'd never come. I thought you'd despise me.
I do.
Then why are you here?
I couldn't stay away. I never can.
This is for you.
You were gone for 2 years? Do you think a single rose will make up for that?
No. But this will.
It's a little loud, don't you think?
What you say?
Never mind.
Do good work today?
Yeah, work was fine.
You hungry?
No.
No?
No. What's this one called? Nombre. Telenovela.
Ah, el amor nunca se olvida.
Oh. You'd watch this with her, wouldn't you? With Claudia? Claudia, you, novella?
Claudia.
That's some kiss.
Oh, this is a bad idea. I knew as soon as you wrote me that letter that this was a bad idea. I shouldn't have come.
But you did. You're here now. There's no turning back now. Don't you see?
Jose Fernando, no!
Guadalupe! Steve, did you make my bed again?
Huh?
My bed. My comma.
Sí, cama.
Okay. No mas. You don't need to make my bed. Please. I've asked you now a few times. Please. Por favor. No mas, comma. Do you understand? Thank you.
No one should ever be alone. No one deserves that punishment. Least of all you. No more loneliness.
Together, we'll never be.
Dragon Theater Productions celebrates 13 years presenting community-inclusive theater with our first film, Dragon Theater in Outer Space. Dragon Theater is a program of imagination celebration that welcomes anyone who can make the performance commitment. You can see the full films from our summer show on our Vimeo channel and our Facebook page at Dragon Theater Productions. Today, Dragon Theater presents an excerpt from our summer outer space movie entitled First Contact, The Confessionals by R.P. Bowman, directed by Ariel Beatty, filmed and edited by Cindy Parr, and starring Becky Lofton, Alexis Strahan, Angie Parr, Cindy Parr, Garfield Gerhalt, Angie Gerhalt, Avison Kemp, and Crystalline Shane. Why do you wish to make first contact?
Earth wants peace with other species. We want to exchange ideas and trade.
What is your relationship to the human you have brought with you?
Lieutenant Brito? She's my second in command.
Is that because you wear the pants?
I'm sorry.
Do you wear the pants in your relationship?
Pants.
Pants.
Wear the
Pants.
pants.
We both wear pants. It's part of the uniform.
What makes you think you will succeed at first contact? Will you be the fastest species in the galaxy?
We Earthlings have much to offer. We are new to starfaring, but we have learned much. We have a rich culture, and we work hard.
That's kind of boring. Can you punch it up a little?
I'm sorry. What do you mean? It's true.
Ah, you may be confused. You are on an episode of The Amazing Cosmic Race. We have prepared this special television event for your human arrival. Please keep your answers more sensational for our viewers. I will provide an example. Here is what the Zorlon team said about you.
Mighty is Zerlon Armada, but I'm the mightiest. The humans will never keep up.
So Armada is in the lead. Come on, we got to win this race.
I am sure we will be in ritual combat before this ordeal is over. I love ritual combat!
The humans like green blood, they'll never defeat us.
I'm confused. That's not... I mean, we want peace.
You know what would be good? You can trash talk your partner like this.
Trash, trash, trash. Trash your partner. Trash your partner doesn't do. You don't know that's on the show. Ooh, giddy, ooh, giddy.
So I'm on a show.
Yes, the amazing cosmic race.
Humans love amazing races.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Sure. Okay. Can I go back to my captain now?
Does your captain ever get on your nerves?
Give us all the juicy deets.
Juicy deeds. Juicy deeds.
Juicy deets.
Juicy deeds.
Juicy deets.
Juicy deeds.
Juicy deets.
I am not going to insult my crew. They're the finest people I've ever worked with.
You've got to give us something. This is the most important competition we've ever held.
I'm sorry. You don't understand. We're not like that on Earth.
Not so. We have analyzed millions of hours of broadcasts. Aside from your status updates and news reports, the majority of your transmissions show these behaviors. You love competition and catty chit-chat.
But that's not what we wanted. You aren't seeing us at our best.
Then why did you broadcast so much of it into space?
Well, that's just where the signals go when we're done with them.
So you have been dumping things that you don't want anymore into the cosmos?
No. We still like to watch them. It just kind of leaks.
I'm puzzled. Why do you like to watch people behaving badly?
Because it's fun. You're not supposed to act like that in real life.
Then why do you call it reality shows?
Well, because I honestly don't know.
TheaterWorks Colorado Springs presents a piece from Witch by Jen Silverman, performed in this scene by Birgitta DePree and directed by Caitlin Lowans. A woman, who may be a witch, thinks fast when a man, who is definitely the devil, comes knocking in this dark comedy based on a Jacobean classic. Witch is also featuring Hossein Farundanzeh, Sammy Jo Kinnett, David Anthony Lewis, Sammy Amounts, and Christian O'Shaughnessy, and it has its last show today at 4 p.m., so go see it if you can. Tickets are at entcenterforthearts.org. And if they are sold out, be sure to get tickets early to TheaterWorks' next show, Every Brilliant Thing, which opens on November 26th.
I'm not arguing for the end of the world, but then again, maybe I am. This one, anyway. The hard stop, the full reset, burn it all down and start over. I imagine you're not sure about this. You might think I'm jumping the gun. Fair enough. Full disclosure. I've had a rough go of things. Wherever I go, people are like, oh, there's the witch of Edmonton. They're like, you made my cow sick. They're like, you made my thatch burn. And then the whispering. Say I'm standing in line at the well with everybody else. If I turn around, the whispering stops. Dead silence. I'm like a disease that only I seem to have caught. I'm like a plague of locusts. That's just one locust. I look in the mirror in the morning and I'm like, hi, locust. Gets inside me, if we're being honest. We're all porous creatures. I have a fuck off face. Most of us do. That's no real barrier to the ceaseless everyday grind. I'm not saying I don't have a grudge, because I do. Clearly, I do have a grudge. But does that detract from my argument, or is that just an added texture? I understand. You're hesitating right now. You're like, is she kidding? Is she serious? Oh, is she crazy? And those are questions. They are valid questions, but they are not the right questions. Here's the single question you should be asking yourself. Do I have hope that things can get better? And if you do, ignore me, you're fine. But if you don't, then maybe this is where we start.
Theater to Art is excited to partner once again with the Manitou Springs Heritage Center in their production of Ghost Stories of Old Manitou Walking Tours. The walking tours will be a family-friendly event that all ages can enjoy. Come hear spooky stories from Manitou Springs' haunted past with such characters as Emma, Alice, and Jeannie Crawford, Soapy Smith, and more. Theater to Art is committed to introducing a new audience to the Colorado Springs theater scene by producing avant-garde, provocative works performed by local artists and specializing in works from local playwrights. Live tours show tickets are at ManitouSpringsHeritageCenter.org. The theater info is at theatertoart.org. So today, please enjoy the 154th annual Pikes Peak Extremely Haunted Downhill Rail Salon by Chad Orr, performed by Megan Jean Robinson and Ray Kaiser.
Hello, and welcome back to the 154th annual Pikes Peak Extremely Haunted Downhill Rail Slalom, the Spirit World's only cursed extreme athletic event, sponsored by Mountain Boo. Mountain Boo, it's not just a mixer for moonshine anymore. We are here 14,115 feet above sea level on top of America's mountain, Pikes Peak in wonderful Manitou Springs, Colorado. Now, the extremely haunted downhill rail slalom is simple. This is what we call a go devil. It attaches directly to our infamous cog railway with some steel caster wheels. These wheels stabilize the toboggan on the rails while also giving it tremendous speed. Each racer will hop aboard their toboggan and careen down the mountain, curving around sharp corners and plummeting down steep drops, all for a chance to be crowned the 154th extremely haunted downhill rail champion.
That seems like a terribly bad idea.
Oh, it's a very bad idea. I think people actually used to ride these things. It's wild. And if this isn't extreme enough for you, these toboggans also had no brakes. Oh, that's right. No brakes, because they hadn't been invented yet. How about that? Alrighty. Next up, we have a 22-year-old local from 1910. Everyone, please give it up for Betty the Beer Can Jenkins!
Yeah! Woo! Let's get it! Are you ready for some gnarly moves? I'm so psyched to be here, bro. Grinding down wicked rails is hellish. Yeah!
I'm sure it is. Now it says here that you are a waiter at the Briarhurst Manor in downtown Manitou Springs. Is that correct?
Word! Shout out to my broskies and broskets. Sweating it out in the kitchen tonight.
All right, Beer Can. May I call you Beer Can?
Woo!
How did you decide to participate in such a harrowing and dangerous event like tonight's slalom?
Bruh, it's whatever, bruh. I was just chilling with my bros after work, bending back some brewskis, how we do. You know how we do, right? You know. And my buddy Chad, he goes, hey, bro, I bet you can't do that. And I was like, yo, bro, yeah, I totally can.
Oh, and that's it.
Woo!
So you're inebriated triggered right now.
You know it!
Wonderful, I'm sure that's it. Have you ever done anything like this before?
What?
Have you ever participated in any extreme toboggan rides before?
Oh, this? Nah.
Wonderful. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. And you're not even a little bit worried about careening down the mountain at speeds upwards of 35 miles an hour?
Bro!
Yes?
It's whatever, bro!
Beautiful final words. A specimen of drunken confidence. All right. Now, who's ready to begin the 154th annual Extremely Haunted Downhill Rail Slalom?
Let's do this!
And they're off!
Oh, go, go. Go, go.
She's approaching the first slope. Seems to be handling her balance well enough given the circumstances. Well, would you look at that? She seems to be trying to get to her feet. I've never seen anything like it. Coming around the first bend, not only is she balancing like a master, but I also think I see a trick coming out. Would that be an angry alligator on the first corner? We're on to the next straightaway. I spot an Aurora Borealis localized perfectly on her toboggan. Incredible! This is the final turn, one of the sharpest and most dangerous of the tracks. Oh, I think I see her rearing up for a magic eagle! And if showboating isn't enough, we're on to the final stretch. Incredibly fast, downhill, a sharper bank than anyone else on the track. It looks like she's going to do it. She's going to pull it off. Wow, that's a long way down. So you didn't see this coming. Maybe just try to roll through it, buddy. Well, now's as good a time as any for our nightly reminder. Sponsored by Old Earl's Moonshine. Old Earl's Moonshine, the horrible taste means it's working. Old Earl would like to remind you to always drink responsibly and to never drink and drive. Thank you. Good night.
Craft Production Resources' mission is to give voice and exposure to new, original work written, performed, and directed by Colorado talent. Phil Ginsburg is an exceptional local published performance poet whose work has delighted CPR audiences since 2012. CPR is also offering for Arts Month the premiere of the 2020 Our Shorts Are Showing Play Festival winner, Late One Night by Scott Gibson. Link to the YouTube is available tomorrow on the CPR Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. Today, Craft Production Resource presents Body Language by Phil Ginsburg from his new book, In Pursuit of the Almost, written and performed by Phil Ginsburg, filmed by Rick Zaradnik.
I asked my eyes this morning, what happened? You once looked at the world with so much love. My eyes said, we don't know. We haven't changed. Maybe you changed. Will I ever see the world the same way again, I asked. Remains to be seen, they said. At least my eyes haven't lost their sense of humor. My ears don't hear the sound of love like they once did either. What happened? Hey, we haven't changed, they said. We still hear. But you stopped listening. That hurt. My feet commented that I had been stepping on people's feelings for a while and had gone backward in my growth as a person. That hurt. My brain said it remembered when I thought about love all the time. It missed the feel-good chemicals. It's the thought that counts, Brain said. Oh, you sound like a Hallmark greeting card, I told it. Anything would be an improvement on you, Brain replied. Brains hold grudges. My hand said I was too busy grasping for things of little value. I didn't argue. My nose said it lost its ability to discern the fragrance of people's feelings. Well, it's allergy season, I said. You just stuffed up. Don't blame nature, nose sniffed. My lungs, once oxygenated with gratitude, claimed my shallowness caused shortness of breath. My thyroid remained silent, but its look spoke volumes. My voice said I once spoke of love all the time. It had no words for what happened to me. What could I say? Finally, I asked my heart, what happened to my ability to love? I go to bed every night asking the same question. My heart replied, I don't know, but I can help. First, apologize to your body parts for all the distress you've caused. We're all in this together. Thanks, I said, I will. And I did. It took 2 weeks for the body parts to forgive me. Brain was the last to respond and refused to let go of its grudges till I handed it a 2-scoop cone of chocolate custard dipped in sprinkles. It cost me $5. But Brain was right. It is the thought that counts, at least chemically speaking. $5 for an ice cream cone. Love always comes with a cost.
Greenbox holds its annual arts festival each summer in the beautiful town of Green Mountain Falls, bringing performances and installations, dance, concerts, classes, camps, and other fun community events for residents and visitors to enjoy. Greenbox's year-round Artist-in-Residence program offers artists of national and international stature, from any discipline and at any stage in their career, the opportunity to bring new works while living in and engaging with the community of Green Mountain Falls. Adding to the permanent art installations dotted throughout the town, the soon-to-be-open Sky Space by James Turrell is sure to become a cultural highlight for the entire Pikes Peak region. More information at greenboxarts.org.
I'm not sure that there's another organization that exists in this kind of environment in this way.
It just is very visionary.
Greenbox is bringing a significance to Green Mountain Falls. The world is finding us.
To bring American ballet theater, to bring internationally renowned artists, to place a sky space in this mountain. That sort of investment in a community is not common.
What Greenbox has brought to Green Mountain Falls has been wonderful. Everything is top-notch and nothing is missing.
Here's this beautiful, idyllic, small mountain town that is very near the urban amenities of Colorado Springs, but it's sort of like a place that's been held in time.
The mission of Greenbox is so unique. This emphasis on very intimate encounters between the artists and the audience. Everything is so much more relational here at Greenbox.
The ability to connect the natural environment to the creative arts and to have this escape and ability to be restorative while at the same time to expand creativity, whether it's participants or audience, makes Greenbox and Green Mountain Falls unlike any community that I've been to in the past.
I get emotional because it's so cool how Greenbox has brought the residents together. You get fine art and performing arts and silversmiths and everything that you could possibly imagine in an artistic community In a town with 900 or less people, in this incredible setting, I mean, it's beautiful, it's peaceful, there is a complete lack of pretension.
The future of Greenbox is limitless over the next few years, with the opening of the Terrell Sky Space, with our year-round artist in residency program continuing, and with arts experiences available not just during the hallmark of the summer festival, but throughout the year. Greenbox is on its way up.
Greenbox is wonderful, and it's really cool to be a part of something that is growing and growing each year. It feels like an honor.
There are people that take their time and their treasure and they invest it into something to transform an area, and that's what it seems to me they're doing. And to have it happening here is an incredible legacy and a really remarkable gift to leave behind.
Springs Ensemble Theater produces intimate live theater in collaboration with artists throughout the Colorado Springs area. Seth believes that theater should engage its audiences and build community by exercising the conscience, entertaining the mind, and inspiring the imagination. Today's selection is from their Father's Day Play Festival, Fatherhood Up Close, entitled Hopper and Pete at High Noon by Dwight E. Watson and performed by Jeremiah Walter. See Jeremiah in person at Set during their Arts Month performances of the dark quarantine comedy One Flea Spare by Naomi Wallace. Performances run Thursday through Sunday, October 7th through the 24th. Tickets are available at set.booktickets.com.
Pete? You there? Yeah, you're up there, aren't you? Grandma said I could find you here. Said you'd be up this old tree. Said you might not want to talk to me. Is that true? Is it true what Graham said, Pete? Well, you don't have to talk. Not now, not yet. And I know I'm late, and I'm sorry about that, and I don't blame you for being angry. I don't, Pete, because I've been angry too. It's just some things don't work out the way they should, you know? Some things don't work out right according to plan, and I know you miss her, Pete, as much as I do, and maybe even more. And I know I should have been here for you to start school the last 2 weeks, but Grandma said you're okay. Graham said you're a strong boy, strong as this old tree. Hey, looky here. I got something for you. I've been to the mountains. I had to get away for a while, shake things loose. Grandma said I was coming back, didn't she? Well, I'm here now, and I brought something with me too. Can you see it? I know you're working on the reading, but look at the headlines. Notorious gunslingers Hopper and Pete suspected of hiding out in Ghost Town. Right there on the front page. You like that? I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing our names in the paper. Just like a couple of outlaws from the Old West. So, what do you say, partner? Time to give it up. Drop them guns. I want to take you to the mountains, Pete. I want you to see them, the mountains, and how big they are, and how little they make you feel. I want you to hold tight to my back and know what it's like to grip the road, and how the bike leans so low one way and then the other. You feel hell-bent and free and still so small. You can lean and almost brush the mountain wall, and just a few feet away on the other side there's nothing but sky as bright as your mother's eyes, and a dim thought that keeps you from flying away. Crossed my mind, Pete. Yeah, I thought I'd leave and never look back. Just cut a path, catch a breeze, and never turn around. But I couldn't. As soon as I'd build up some speed, I'd brake and stop along the road, sit, look back where I came from, and I'd see your face. I'd try to shake it out, ride some more, stop and look ahead this time, and there again, I'd see your face. You weren't here like something I could leave behind, Pete, and you weren't in front of me like something I'd finally reach. You were inside me like something I could not shake away. So you might as well give up, partner. Come on down. Oh, we got to go now. It says right here, U.S. Marshals are on the lookout for the dangerous Boone boys, Hopper and Pete, last seen boarding the westbound train. Got to go, got to get away. Maybe we'll become blacksmiths, forge horseshoes, fix wagons, or maybe we'll buy us a saloon with those swinging doors and fancy lights, and we'll serve beer to thirsty cowpokes, except it'll be root beer, and maybe we'll join them in poker, but just for fun. It'll be great. Family entertainment. But first, Pete, it's high noon. Grandma's got lunch on the table, and I got to help you read and write, and you got to help me be on time and think good thoughts. So let's saddle up, son. What do you say? Want this back, Pete? No? Well, what do you say we just lock them up this time? Lock them all up. Keep them safe, locked away. Keep us safe. Is that okay? Sure. Well, come on down now. Come on down. Climb on. Grandma's waiting. It's time for you to hold on tight, son. Time to hold tight.
The Millibo Art Theatre is celebrating its 20th season of creating and producing new theater for the Pikes Peak region. Today's piece is an excerpt from The Guys by Ann Nelson, performed by Steve Emily and Anna Faye Hunter, and directed by Jim Jackson. Less than 2 weeks after the September 11th attacks, New Yorkers are still in shock. One of them, an editor named Joan, receives an unexpected phone call on behalf of Nick, a fire captain who has lost most of his men in the attack. He's looking for a writer to help him with the eulogies that he must present at their memorial services. Nick and Joan discover the possibilities of friendship in each other and their shared love for the unconquerable spirit of the city. The Guys is based on a true story. You can see the show live at the Mat starting October 14th through the 30th, Thursday through Saturday, 7:30 p.m., and Sunday matinees at 2 p.m. Tickets online at themat.org.
Where were you on September 11th? Question of the year. I was at home, getting ready to go vote for Mark Green. How many times did I vote for Mark Green? It was like the Catholics and the weekly obligation. The phone rings, it's my father from Oklahoma. Hey, is your TV on? No. I want to say, only people from Oklahoma have their TVs on at 9 o'clock in the morning. No, I say. Why? A plane just crashed into the World Trade Center. Must have been one of those little planes. Pilot had a heart attack. Dad, I said, maybe it's terrorism. He thought about it. Why would someone do that? So I turned on my TV and joined the witnesses of the world. I called my husband, who works on 31st Street, so he can tell his office mates, so they can all go watch it out the window. Note this, my dad calls from Oklahoma, so I can call my husband so he can watch it out the window. So we all, in our assigned places, watched the second plane hit. We watched the towers go down. That moment marked the end of the postmodern era. And then, because I don't know what else to do, I go to the corner polling place and I vote for Mark Green. The week after the attack, I visit my sister in Park Slope. She lives in Park Slope because she's 10 years younger than me, and over the 10 years between us, the Upper West Side got priced out of the market. I like Park Slope. It's more like my neighborhood used to be. They just had a baby, 3 months old, and I needed to hold that baby. It was primal. That week, you could have scored big on the rent-a-baby trade. The phone rings, my sister answered. It's her friend, the masseuse. Park Slope. You have friends who are masseuses, you meet them at the bookstore, coffee shop during poetry readings. This friend had been giving emergency massages to rescue workers. Look, she said, I've been working on this guy, bad shape, fire captain, and he just lost most of his men, and he's got to give the eulogies. The first one is on Thursday, and he can't write them. He needs a writer. Well, when was the last time I heard someone say they needed a writer? In fact, this was just when we were discovering our crisis of marginality. Everybody wanted to help, but we couldn't. They didn't want amateurs wandering around the site. They didn't want our blood. Even surgeons felt useless. A friend of mine went to go volunteer. Plumbers and carpenters first, intellectuals to the back of the line. The fire captain needed a writer.
Hi, I'm Jim Jackson with the Millibo Art Theatre, and we are celebrating Arts October, Arts Month, by returning inside for the first time in 18 months. We are producing a play in our theater, The Guys by Ann Nelson, a powerful play that deals with the aftermath of 9/11, but 20 years later remains strangely relevant. It speaks of the power of words and story, the power of grieving and giving time for that, as well as what it takes to become a hero. It features 2 of our best regional actors, Anna Faye Hunter and Steve Emily, and we hope that you will join us for this wonderful production, opening October 14th. Thank you.
I'm Nick Flanagan, captain of Ladder Company 60. I've worked with Bill Doherty for a long time. I want to give my condolences to all of Bill's family here with us today. Okay. We've been hearing a lot about heroes, and Bill was one of them. He gave his life for others, and that is a noble cause. But Bill was a quiet hero, never one to show off, never blustered. He was a firefighter for 16 years, and he was a good one. He had the most important quality for a firefighter. He was absolutely dependable. Yeah, that's right, dependable. Over time, we realized how important he was for the newer guys at the firehouse. Sometimes it can be hard for the experienced men to show the young ones the drills year after year, but Bill was always looking out for the new guys, showing them the ropes, and he did it in that quiet way of his, never made them feel small. My men, he called them, my men. Yeah. You got it, this is him.
They're your words,
No,
I just put them in order.
No, you got the craft, you know how to put it.
There's more.
Thank you for tuning in to our virtual theater showcase for Arts October. We would like to thank Andy Vick and Angela Seals and the whole team at the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak region, who continue to support and promote all of the arts in our region. We would also like to thank Dan Ribb, who edited and hosted our showcase today. Special thank you to all of the theaters who participated. Please check out their full shows. Take the Arts October Challenge and have at least one new cultural experience this month. You can find all of the information at artsoctober.com.